Okay, this is the period after the Edo state governorship election, which has been won by Senator Monday Okpebholo. So here we now are now. We're in the aftermath. Perhaps expectedly, the major casualty of Okpebholo's victory is the PDP, who strove for the governorship seat. The electorate decided that it was not to be. So we'll talk about this today. I guess it will be in the news for a few more days. So the PDP has said that the way it sees it is that its candidate won the race. You'll recall that the president, in congratulating everybody, all the participants in that election, had said that after advising, the candidate of the APC that won, to be magnanimous in victory and, just everybody do the right thing. Any areas of disagreement, please resort to the courts to sort it out. Here we are. But, let's play this package and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Call it a sweet and long-awaited victory for the ruling party. You won't be wrong. It's a victory the governor-elect, Monday Okpebholo, and his supporters are relishing. The Saturday's governorship election, which saw the emergence of the candidate of the All Progressives Congress as winner, was indeed a keenly contested one. That's why party members and supporters have decided to celebrate the victory in a unique way.
People gathered and voted for Senator Monday, and by the grace of God, they emerged. So we are happy. The supporters are happy. Those that have exercised their voting rights and their votes were counted, they have all come out in jubilation.
The supporters, with joy knew no bounds, revealed the party's victory at the polls was a victory for the people of the state. They further expressed confidence that the governor-elect will definitely turn the fortune of the state around when he assumes office as the governor of the state.
Done for Edo State with Agbonayinma, Monday Okpebholo. Edo is up for a new game.
We have been able to gather the youth en masse to vote Senator Monday Okpebholo, the man who has been behind the youth.
Senator Monday Okpebholo of the All Progressives Congress was declared winner after he won 11 out of the 18 local government areas of the state.
Okay then. And by the way, our guest is in place, Honorable Ehiozuwa Johnson, EJ. He joins us remotely. So good morning, Honorable Ehiozuwa. Yeah, I could lip read you, and I do believe that you said good morning back, but it's not your fault. It's happening again, unfortunately. We are working out those details. So sorry about this. So that's our guest there. In fact, we shall even test the phones. We'll put the phones on to see if that will work as we try to sort, this thing out. But just for you to know that that's our guest there, and as soon as he can, he will be joining us. Okay, Honorable Ehiozuwa Johnson, EJ Agbonayinma. Yeah, that's to give the complete. He is a former member of the House of Representatives and Federal Commissioner, Code of Conduct Bureau. Let me test it one more time. Good morning, Honorable. Can you hear us any better? Okay. They're working on that, I assure you. So as all of this is going on, the expected reaction to, unfortunately, just about any election in Nigeria is that the losing party sees it differently from the official declaration by INEC, which in this case has gone with Senator Monday Okpebholo, who has been declared the winner, having satisfied all the necessary conditions. So there's been sort of blame trading, there's been explanations, and as soon as we can get, actually, the voice that you want to be here is that of commentators, and indeed your very good self, Are you calling in? I just need to test the other side of the audio chain to see if we can get a phone in, just to know where we are. But Honorable, are you there? Honorable, here's your.
I'm here.
Okay,
I'm
EJ.
here, but I can barely hear you.
Very good. Excellent.
I'm here.
Excellent. Are you surprised? Probably not. You being a Nigerian and all, and haven't seen very many elections in this country. The way it is going, PDP is saying that, it won that election. Any way you look at it, it won that election. Just as the winning party, APC, has been, congratulating itself and its contestants. Give me your take on, one, the election, and also the fact that perhaps expectedly, PDP is saying that we see it differently. We're heading to the courts.
Well, thank you very much, my brother. I want to say this, that
Well, as you know, we do have network issues. I don't quite know if this is network issue. Okay, yeah, it's come back on air again. Okay, can you still hear me, EJ? Are you able to hear me? Okay, I think now the network has taken over, as they say. You know how that works. It's sometimes you have a call, especially some of the internet-based calls, and it just drifts away. So that's what we're dealing with here. I guess this Honorable Ehiozowa Johnson Agbonayinma. We still have this network issue? Okay. The other thing to do, of course, is to test the phones, and that's what we're trying to do now. I'm so sorry about this. It shouldn't have been like this, but here we're on. It's not news. You know that the APC has won the governorship election in Edo. In fact, looking at the papers here, Ganduje, chairman of the party, he greets Ekwobolo and says APC is actually set to recover even more states. But the losing, the major casualty of this, of course, is the person who came second in the election, and that's the candidate of the PDP. And they say that they don't like the outcome of the election, they don't go with the results, and so they shall be heading for the courts. Good morning, Mr. George.
Depending when you are able to connect the guest.
Yes. Okay.
I am highly disappointed with the claim PDP is making. I saw the governor of Adamawa State before the results were announced. He and his colleagues came on air and were announcing false figures. My investigation revealed that those figures they were announcing that day are figures of the 2020 election. The ones that INEC posted on the IREV, they didn't look at those ones. What they were reading were figures that Obaseki won with in his second term in 2020. And the truth of the matter is there is no difference between what INEC posted on their website, that is the IRES, and the results that were finally announced. That is the simple truth of the matter. PDP can go to Supreme Court, they will go and come back and they will not get anything. Because the truth is known. That they are, I was saying yesterday that I'm surprised that they could even get that number of votes, and that those votes they got to that number because of vote buying. They don't have the popularity, they don't have the merit, they don't have performance to justify that they will win that election. The candidate of the PDP was the chairman of Sterling Bank. And there is no branch of Sterling Bank during his tenure in Eastern Land. Not only his hometown in Quebec, but the whole of Eastern Land comprising about 23 towns. He did not think it wise that his people should benefit from the services of Sterling Bank. It's as bad as that. Let him show what he has done for his own people. We're not talking about the other parts of Edo State during when he was in the rank. Now, go to the APC candidate. Okpebolo has been a philanthropist in the whole of Edo State, not just his senatorial division. I know of libraries where he has donated free books. Go to the University of Edo State University of Poma. His name is at a section of the library there where he donated books. We know that he goes from hospital to pay people's bills who cannot pay their medical bills. We know how many boreholes he has sunk in different towns in Eastern Land. So he is not new. And people can point to what he has done. They can sense what he can do if he becomes a governor. But what is the record of the other man? Nothing. All we know is the man who was sponsoring him is just known for recklessness and disregard for rule of law.
Okay.
And we say in Edo State that can no longer stand. That is just the truth of the matter. If they like, let them go to the whatever the highest court of the land is. They will not get anywhere.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in. That's how one viewer sees it. Do keep the calls coming in because it's like this was expected. Even the president, in congratulating, had said that the right thing to do, the sportsman-like thing to do, if there is any disagreement, is to indeed head for the courts. And since the PDP in Edo State has said that the results are unacceptable, not too many people would have been surprised. APC, PDP, turned poll into a transaction, not election, is another utterance from the losing PDP in Edo State. Reverend Dominic, good morning. Good morning, Reverend Dominic. Okay, don't tell me you're having difficulties too.
Good morning.
Okay.
Sorry. How are you today?
Very well, thank you, Reverend. Okay, go right ahead, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Honestly, this election has been lost and won. And the joy of it is that we don't lose any soul. I keep saying this. Every time we talk about international best practices, I have warned us to stop what I call monitoring of election of other internal or international monitors who, at the end of election, they can't go to court. They will cancel everything. They will write rubbish reports. I have a friend, Jake Apele, their few brother, who said that this election failed integrity test. Which integrity? I had the report of Yaga, who said that this election failed integrity test. Which integrity test? The people have spoken, rightly or wrongly, it's Edo people. Which integrity are we talking about? The international monitors, I have bring them to somewhere, I can't mention the place, where we're in the same place. I was going to France. If you see how they make gesture of our election, that was 2007 election. That produced that 2009, that produced Nigeria. If you see how they make mess of us on that extract, most of us, Nigeria, was ashamed of ourselves. This international big parties who monitors America's election, who monitors UK's election. Are we still independent? We're an independent nation. We're supposed to do our thing and correct ourselves. Then these reports, most of the problem of now, if you go to Edo, they are rejoicing. Edo people are rejoicing. But somebody in Abuja is writing a report that is not good. It didn't pass integrity test. What integrity test? We must stop this monitoring. We are matured enough to handle ourselves. At 60, we are matured enough. Number two, my friend George made a statement this morning, which I said yesterday. This vote buying, what do we do about it? It's not about integrity. It's about us. That when we vote, let's say Yori as a governor of Lagos State, we can say Lagos should vote him, not because he bought votes, because he put a question mark in our own life, not the international community. I don't care that, not the monitors. I mean about us. There's no lies that vote was bought. Vote A and B. Everybody that went to that election, that have money, vote. But what do we do about it? So we can have our own integrity and govern ourselves well. Edo has done well. Nobody died. Congratulations. Anybody who wants to go to court can go to court. That's their right. But they have done well without shedding one blood. God bless you, sir. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Reverend Dominic, for calling in, referring to although he didn't mention by name the organization, IAGA Africa. It has arrived at the conclusion and put it out there that the poll, according to it, quote-unquote, failed the integrity test. And that's what Reverend Dominic was criticizing there. Which integrity test? IAGA has been on the program before, so if they're listening to this, any of the spokespeople could call in, and if they want, let's talk about it. But this election, as has been said, it's been won and it's been lost. And there are those who have hailed it as, one of the better elections. Here we were the day after the elections, or after the weekend of the elections. I'm not talking about the relative order, but even Peter Obi, has called the whole affair a state capture. I'm reading that in one of the papers. Of course, his candidate, that is the candidate of his party, was way behind, a distant third. Desmond, good morning, Desmond.
Good morning, my brother.
Thank you very much for calling in. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Good morning, Nigerians.
You're welcome.
Good morning, my brother.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Yeah, my problem is about APC.
Okay.
APC, they are not doing well. We can see hunger in the land. We can see everything in the land. APC are just concerned about Padi Arenjinoni. They are interested in making themselves too comfortable. They can go along, intimidate anybody to get whatever they want. They will tell you to your face that forget it. Going to court, people are wasting their time going to court because the court will never give them any victory. APC government is the owner of every court that matters. The problem is the earlier Nigerians are aware and check APC out from government, the better for us. APC don't have any plan for Nigerian citizens. It's established.
All right. Well, thank you very much for calling in.
It's completely established.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling in.
All right. Thank you. And be blessed.
Yes. So, well, as you know, on TVC, we take all shades of opinion, and that happens to be the gentleman's opinion. Desmond, I believe, who called in there. Okay, so you're back with us now. Honorable EJ, you have been hearing the commentary that's been going on.
Yes, I'm back with you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate of the network.
Okay, so sorry about that. Did you, if you've been able to listen to a few of the commentators, maybe take it from the point of view, I imagine you might be interested to take it from the point of view of the last caller, which was Desmond, even though there are other things that we can talk about. Iaga, for instance, talking about the lack of legitimacy, the way it put it, for the elections. Go ahead, please. Your response.
Yeah, my friend, I was only able to hear the last person that spoke.
Okay, that's good enough. He was very critical of APC as a party.
That APC as a party is not doing well. Well, he should ask him, how did we get here?
I think we should get a bit more volume on the speaker here.
How do we get to where we are today? It was not the creation, the problem of President Tinubu. I'm not his spokesperson, but the truth must be told. We are all Nigerians. Some of us have lived outside this country. Even though we live outside this country as a man, we can tell you without fear of people that we're able to know what was going on back home in Nigeria. Even before coming back to Nigeria, we all know what happened. Till tomorrow, what is happening in this country. Yes, this country has been bastardized, not by Mr. Tinubu. Tinubu has brought to bear an added value as a former governor of Lagos State and now president. Well, it is easy to be said to blame people, but when you point 4, 5 fingers at others, the remaining 4 is pointing at you. It is very sad that we find ourselves where we are, where Nigerians have been bastardized by corruption. Corruption has eaten us deeply. You ask him, if you're talking about PDP, talking about APC, who will you ask? Who will you say that have bastardized this country? I was formerly a member of PDP. I can tell you, yes, you have some good people there. Even in APC, you have some good people. In all of the above, whether APC or PDP, you have some good people, you have some bad people. It is not the party that matters, it is the people. And we need total orientation. All of us Nigerians, that we have to be patriotic. We have to be a patriotic Nigerian.
Okay, let me bring in, I beg your pardon for interrupting you. Let me bring in Kehinde, who has called in from the UK. Morning, Kehinde.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so about the election that happened in Edo State on Saturday, I think it was more of a payback for Governor Raseki. He really mishandled the state, and then that's the result he's only going to get. So everyone's turning around to say the election was rigged. There was an integrity test, whatever that's supposed to mean. This Yaga African guy or Yaga, whatever it's called, and many more of them that are doing this job, they're being paid from abroad. Believe it or not, sir, that's the truth. All of these guys get paid from abroad because that's what they want to do, and their financiers, that's what they want to hear. So if they don't tell them what they are saying now, failing integrity test, where do they expect to get money from? And that's the blatant truth they need to hear. You need to invite Sammy Todo or Samson Todo, whatever his name is, to come on your show and defend that integrity test he's talking about.
Yeah.
No election is going to be perfect anywhere around the world. Yeah. That's just the truth.
Exactly.
I live in the UK. I voted the last election. I've been voting by mail. You know what they told me? It took 2 weeks after the election. I voted for Labour. The Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, is in there now. They sent a letter to me to say myself and my wife, our votes were not counted because we didn't put a signature on the ballot. And there was no space for it. So there is nowhere in the world where election is going to be perfect. So whatever Yaga Africa is saying is in his pocket. These guys get paid from abroad, whoever is sponsoring them, to steal these things they're saying just to discredit our country. Like someone said earlier, who is monitoring America? Who is monitoring the UK's election? What's wrong with us? We are an independent country. Enough
Indeed.
of this nonsense, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for calling in, Kehinde. You know, it's our job to report. People will say what they will. And as I said, I had invited Yaga. We've actually hosted them before. In case they're watching this, they might want to call in. Oh, but hey, we can make that happen. We don't know why they've said what they've said, but it is, in fact, when you say everybody, no, it's not everybody. It's only those who are pro-PDP who are seeing issue with this. In fact, as you know, and again, there are those who will say, well, what did you expect? Ganduje not only has hailed the election, it says APC will recover more states. But I am yet to have a losing party, to hear a losing party congratulating the winning Nigerian party. It might have happened, I might have missed it. So there's a sense in which not very much of this was unexpected. EJ?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. You know, as I was saying, it's like we had expected this. That is this, but it needs to be said that all sorts of people, governors, Uzodinma, Sanwo-Olu, Abiodun, Ododo, southern senators, and others. So there's a whole lot of people commending the election, commending INEC, commending the police, commending, you know, the organization. But there also will be these people that see it the way, by these people, I didn't mean that derogatorily. I meant, you know, the opposition who feel that they have to rise up and say something against the election. Even the program we had yesterday, which was about the election, somebody had called in and wanted another topic and proceeded to talk about the issues he has in his mind with the president, who, as you know, is of the ruling APC. And I pointed out that, sorry, that's not the topic. We can talk about that some other time. Did you want to talk about the election? He says, no. No, I don't want to talk about the election. That's the only thing I wanted to talk about. Okay.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about it, huh?
Yeah, you know. Well...
See, my friend, let me tell you this. We must appreciate at this very time, the election that took place in Edo. I would say it was the most freest election I've ever seen. The way the law enforcement conducted themselves, and then even when Governor Obaseki wanted to go and bribe the right, he went there midnight. We had to move them with myself and the party leaders. When we got the information that he moved them with the aspirant, the candidate of the PDP, that's when, what were you looking for? What were you doing at Ane at midnight? That is, let me say that he went there. They say he went there with millions of dollars that he took with him. We were not there, but we got the information. We ran there immediately, and we challenged the police to open Ane, to open the gate for us to get an entry. The deputy governor of APC was there, the leadership, the DG of the campaign, and many other of our leaders, the secretary of the party, all of us, with our youth, we mobilized that they must ask Governor Obaseki to leave Ane because he wanted to do everything humanly possible to bribe the REC. And the REC disappeared because he was afraid. He never wanted to have any contact with Obaseki. So he was doing everything to circumvent the election because it didn't go his way. He's thinking that what he did during the local government election, the 18 local government of Edo State, he wrote the result in government house. He was believing that we were going to do the same thing. Mr. President gave a free hand for all of us. Some of my people were arrested for nothing. So I have to cry out. So if that was the case, if it was that Mr. President and they are claiming that it was not a free and fair election, come on now, you want to give it a bad name. Yeah. I want to congratulate the law enforcement. I want to congratulate Mr. President. I want to congratulate INEC. For the first time, I'm saying this, even at the time, I was wrong by INEC when he was arrested by DSS. But this time, I give them kudos. When they go wrong, I'll say it. But when they have done well, I also have to say it. How can you say you want to win the election when you have bastardized Edo State? You have abused the international institution. You have did everything to reduce and put the people of Edo State at the bottom. You have brought bad governance to Edo State. In the history, my brother, come to Edo, when it rained for over just 5 minutes, there's River Obaseki, River Aso, and River Ogie.
Okay, let me bring in Shaibu. I beg your pardon.
PDP.
Honorable, sorry to interrupt you. Shaibu is on the line from Bariga. Good morning, Mr. Shaibu.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, my first caller for the program, sir.
Oh, we're delighted to have you. Thank you for calling in.
Okay. Yeah, the problem that I just saw concerning this election of a king is that, you see, the reason why people are tired of the both parties is because of this money of a king. You see, when you are when you send your child to go and learn work, and he learned that very particular work, and the oga will be proud of him, said, my apprentice, you will be better than me when the time comes. It is what PDP sowed. That is what they are reaping now. Because they are the ones that bring money aspect to share for the people in the times of election. Because 1999, that with the democracy takeover from the military, similar of that, it is not come up. But by the time of the second tenure of Obasanjo, President Obasanjo, they now started to produce how to give money for people to go out send their vote. So that is what they sow, that is what they are reaping now. So PDP, if I give them piece of advice, they should just take what they see in this election. Because if you look at the gap, it's not too much for the winning of the APC. What Obaseki did in Edo State, Obaseki did not do anything in Edo. Nothing.
Thank you. Thank you.
No road, no infrastructure. All the database that is coming out to tell Edo people that he put on guy, give work, he do this, their own life.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to kick out from the office, I think it could be better.
Thank you for calling in, Mr. Shai.
Thank you.
Your
call has been placed on hold. Please wait.
Well, thank you very much. That was Mr. Shai.
Your call has been placed on hold.
I think his finger must have touched a button there, so I'm sure our people will take it out. But indeed, you did say, what you had intended to say, that the governor, you apportion blame to the governor for contributing to the losing of its candidate by the things that you said. There are those who are saying that what exactly is it that the governor has done in his coming up to 8 years term now that would have stood any new fresh candidate in good stead. And there are a lot of people who have said that, there's scant evidence of very, very much, according to them, being, residents in Edo State, so they ought to know. So there's that on the one hand. And, there are those who also, I don't know the extent to which the governor might have annoyed people when he said that it was a do-or-die affair. This election coming up was going to be a do-or-die affair. Go ahead, EJ.
Let me say this. A governor that said it was going to be a do-or-die, that Nigeria would burn. A police officer was killed, cold-blooded. They wanted to assassinate our candidate, but God saved him. But despite that, a police officer attached to him for over 12 years that been with him. That gallant officer was murdered, killed. Mr. Governor would find it worthy to even pay a condolence visit to the family of the deceased. Rather, he was abusing the IG for IG doing his constitutional duty, for arresting those that were those behind the killing of this innocent, gallant police officer. He said if anyone is arrested, that Nigeria will burn. Come on, because you have immunity. Look, there's judgment day for everybody. Now, look at what Mr. President Tinubu did. He was able to bring to the Federation, 36 states of the Federation, 36 state governors, including FCT, over 500 billion to succor, to coaching in on the effect of the hunger starvation, money accrued from the fuel subsidy removal. He wanted to give back to the people. Over 18 billion came to Edo State. Ask Mr. Governor, what did he do with that money? Mr. President, in his own wisdom, brought trucks loaded with bags of rice for people to be able to have access to food. Ask him, those bags of rice were back, so most of them back to at the market. Be sold. That is what. How do you call that?
Okay. It seized.
Okay.
The network froze there, but okay. Hello, William, Mr. William in Jalingo. Good morning. Can you hear us? William in Jalingo.
Good morning, sir. Uncle Yori, good morning.
Good morning
to your guest.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for calling
Yeah,
in.
I can hear you very clearly.
Okay, go ahead, William.
Yeah, my contribution on this your topic is that. Hello?
I can hear you. EJ, are you still there though? We lost that call from William in Jalingo. EJ, are you there? Okay.
Can you hear me? If you are hearing me,
yes, I can hear you.
What I'm saying, that Mr. President is not the problem of Nigeria. We are our own problem. Because, look, for over the years, when I was in the House of Reps, how undeclared crude oil left this country to global destination. Billions of Nigerian resources are in foreign banks. I've never seen any American bringing their own money to come and put in Nigeria's bank. It's only we. They still, listen, former Secretary General of the Federation stole over 211 billion. Code of Conduct Bureau tried, did everything. We did wonderful investigation. Today, the matter was kept under the table, KIV. Now, yes.
The networks are really taxing us this morning. Tell you what.
Took the matter. Over 211 billion. Give it chief to Kano. Those who stole 10,000.
We'll take a short break. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.